Hi, everybody. Welcome to August. Welcome to a completely different energy. Welcome to a completely different month. August is an awakener. It's an awakening month because right from the get go, right from the start of the month, right from the midnight of 31st of July or the early hours of 1st of August, we have a new start, an intention, a new energy infused towards us coming from the positive sign of Leo. The new moon in Leo, which is happening in the early hours of 1st of August, is infusing a fresh energy. It's giving us the confidence, the vibe that is required to come out of a season of feeling the feels, of feeling the emotions, to now forming our identity, to now giving space, giving stage to our ambition, giving stage to joy, giving stage to our playful self, giving stage to party vibe, giving stage to all the things that we want to highlight and show, which we are confident about. This is the season which empowers us to show our individuality, to not hide behind anything anymore, come out boldly with our gifts and display it with all the showmanship we have got. This is the season of flair. It's the season of dare. It's the season of prompting our inner self to display what we want the world to see. This is where it all happens with a little bit of a surprise, with a little bit of rebellion energy, with a little bit of breaking away from the norm. Because Uranus, the awakener, is getting activated right from the start of this month. Uranus will be very strong in the first 11-12 days or the first half of the month. And it's all about radical, spontaneous changes. It's about expressing our individuality, coming out of a stagnant situation, not accepting the same anymore, moving out of any situation which is stagnant, moving beyond convention, beyond rules, beyond establishment, beyond the hindrances that have been blocking us. This becomes the time when we have two important energies in play in the first half of the month. One is of surprise, where we surprise ourselves by sort of acting with boldness, acting with radical confidence, acting with the vibe that we were missing earlier to pull out of a stagnant situation, which was blocking our expression. Our fear to change, our fear of being spontaneous, our fear of radical steps is taken away. And it can come out in a little bit of erratic fashion because it's not the easy energy, but it is something that is required to move out of the old vibe, move out of the stagnancy. This is the awakening. And the second energy, which is rife in the first half of the month, which is what we have been asking for, is Jupiter, the planet of expansion, is finally going direct. All of this happens around 11th of August, but we start feeling it right from the new moon of 31st midnight of 1st of August. Jupiter going direct frees up all the things that were held up for the last 4 months. Starting from around 14th or 15th of April, when Jupiter went retrograde, and our external support system to some extent took a backseat. Our blessings took a backseat to some extent. Because it was the period of growing the opportunities in the right direction, re-evaluating them, re-evaluating if we are going in the right direction. Now with Jupiter going direct, the gains, the growth, the personal and professional growth now starts manifesting in material world. You see the support coming through. You see the external influences now working in unison with you. You see the gifts that were held back, that were sort of taken back to some extent, or the steps which we had to take back after moving forward. Now we see the forward movement again. We are not going to stand still in the month of August. This is not the month to stand still because we have both Sun and Mars in Leo. These are the planets of ambition and action, and they are in the best possible sign. So our ambition and drive is at its best in the month of August, especially in the first 18 days of the month. So it's the month to take risks. It's the month to take initiatives. It's the month when our confidence, our self love, our enthusiasm, our cheer is going to be at a high. We will attract all the attention on ourselves, on our talents, on our creativity, and we love it because we have been waiting for this moment. We've been waiting for ambition to take stage, and our ambition takes stage when Sun is in Leo and we have a new moon, and Jupiter throws its blessings unblocked towards all of these, towards our talents, towards our playfulness, towards our party vibe, towards our expression, towards our ambition, towards our own identity. It expands our identity, it expands our ambition, it expands our confidence to go after the things that were held back for such a long time. And this is such a gift to come after the heavy eclipse season, because we are working and have been working over the course of last couple of months to get rid of the karmic things that are holding us back. Now becomes the time to move forward. It becomes the time to write the story forward. It becomes the time to sort of bear the fruits, because in the season of Leo, in the summer season, in the northern hemisphere, the flowers, the fruits of the season, the blossoming of the fruits and the flowers happens in this time. We shine in this season. We shine proudly. We enjoy our gifts. We express ourselves fully and generously. And to some extent, grandly. Everything is big. Everything is big. Everything is with a flair, with a dare, with a pomp to some extent, because it's all part of the performance that comes with Leo. It comes with the confidence, it comes with the faith on our future, which Jupiter is giving us. And at the same time, Uranus is saying no more, we cannot stay with the old stagnant energy anymore. So if there are things that were stuck, if there are things that we were holding back in saying or doing, we are sort of woken up from that moment and prompted to act. And right from the get-go, at the start of the month, you'll see the shift happen, because right from the start of the month, around from 30th of July all the way to 2nd or 3rd of August, Uranus is making aspects to Sun and Venus. So we'll feel that right from the start of the month. And then around 16th or 17th of August, we might receive some different communication as a result of the changes we have done. So these are sort of the surprise days of this month. 30th of July, 2nd of August, 16th of August. These are surprise days. Then we have the growth days, the days on which we start seeing the forward movement on the things that were held back since around 14th of April or at the start of this year. That is happening around 7th or 8th of August. And then yet again on 21st of August, we might receive some concrete communication in that direction. Because in the season of Leo, Leo is a fixed sign, a fixed fire sign. We consistently work with all our dare, all our power, all our energy in a singular direction and move things. So the things will be finalized. The things will be fixed. The things will be sort of put to paper. Because Mercury, the planet of communication, is also going direct right from the get-go, right from the start of the month. On 31st of July, right when we have this new moon, or the 1st of August, right at that moment, a few minutes before or after, we have Mercury, the planet of communication, going direct as well, which means that we have a rebirth of our mind, a rebirth and a restart of communication, unblocking of the communication. Things were not coming back to us. People were not calling back. People were not communicating clearly. We were rethinking things. All of that forward movement starts. Give it 2 or 3 days from the start of the month, because it takes time for the planet of communication to gain speed. But from around 6th or 7th of August, you'll start seeing all of this pan out in a physical fashion. But you'll start feeling the restlessness, if I can say that, right from the start of the month, because you feel this impending change coming your way. You see that you want to set free. You would want to Get out of anything that is holding you back, which is causing stagnancy in your life right now. There is a need for freedom. There's a need to get out of boredom, get out of any kind of confinement that you will feel right from the start of the month. There is excitement there. There is stirring up the boring and stale things because we want things quick now. We can see things can shift now. So once you see things can shift now and your planet of communication is going direct, you're like your mind is speeding up slowly from the start of the month and you'll want to do things quick and fast. And at the same time, you want to do it because you want to heal your individuality. You want to heal the things that your I am wants. You want to heal your individuality in the sense you want to show your individuality to the world. You are a unique being, and in the season of Leo, we want to show our unique being to everybody. The passion, the self expression, the playfulness, the romance, the proud, it's all enhanced in the season of Leo. And this new moon, which is happening on 31st of July or 1st of August, is happening at 8 degree 37 minutes of Leo. This is where we straddle a wall. We straddle two ways of doing things. The 8 degree of Leo is all about being the rebel, being the person who wants to do things quickly, break things, get out of a situation. You know, the be quick and break things, the Mark Zuckerberg motto sort of. I mean, it's like in some Samian astrology, it is shown as a communist activist who's spreading his revolutionary ideals because he wants people to get out of the administrative hindrances. He wants people to get to some extent even riled up because he wants people to break through. But at the same time, it is also the other side of it is 9 degree of Leo. So we're straddling the 8 and 9 degree of Leo. The other side, the other wall that we're straddling is of a dedicated, creative person. 9 degree of Leo is shown as a glass blower who shapes beautifully a vase with a controlled breathing. We're using our whole being, our whole energy in a creative process to generate something of significance and beauty. So we are dedicated about what we are creating. We have put in a lot of energy in that. There's a power of our spirit, a fire of your spirit, which you want to be displayed to the people. You deeply feel these emotions and now you want to put it into form. There's a creative intensity to it. But at the same time, while you are being masterful at your art, you want to have a dream of breaking through the glass ceiling as well. Because 8 degree of Leo is all about it wants to have a beautiful dream of classless society. So you might be trying to do things which people don't think you are equipped to do. People may think you are not there yet. You're not ready yet. So you would rebel against the people, the obsolete establishment, the youth revolutionary within you will revolt and fight against anybody who does not acknowledge your individual identity and does not think you can do it. There's a force of Shiva behind this degree. Rudyard described it as a social political controversy which is riling up in our heart. It is a little bit destructive in nature, a little bit chaotic in nature, but the chaos before is required to get a new order. So the chaos will come before the order. I'm warning you of that the chaos will come before the order. Because the Uranus starts acting way before the blessings of Jupiter comes. Way before, when I say that is a gap of 3 days. But with Uranus, it will feel like years. So starting from the start of the month all the way to 3rd or 4th of August, you'll feel Uranus playing with your mind, this restlessness playing with your mind, this revolutionary in your mind, this social political controversy which is driving you to chaos to some extent. It calls for a new power, it calls for a reorganization, this fight with obsolete establishment, this fight with anybody who does not accept your unique identity will come before you start getting the blessings. Because we are fighting something truly within ourselves here. The square with Uranus is not an external fight. It is a fight with ourselves. It is usually a fight where we have a personal issue. We have an internal issue which needs to be overcome. There is a stagnancy in our own way of doing things which is blocking our blessings normally. And that is highlighted or exaggerated at the start of the month because we want something new now. So, this sort of the push and pull that you feel at the start of the month, the practical result of this movement is external chaos to some extent, which calls for reorganization, which calls for a mega action. And you will see that play out in the political scene. We already see that play out in political scene. We will see revolutionary coming out more and more in the first half of the month as Uranus is activated. There will be a call for new power, a call for reorganization in United States, in Hong Kong, in Russia, in Puerto Rico. You will see all of these countries. You'll see that chaos before a new order come through. And as I said, the other side of it is to generate something significant and beautiful, a new creation. We are developing mastery in our craft independently, not under the influence of somebody. This is self-drive. This is inner confidence, not working per intimidation of anybody else. This is our own drive. When we are under the influence of Leo, we are the king. We act on our own impulses, on our own impetus. We are hammering away to perfection something that we believe in, holding our own in confrontation. We are straddling this overkill versus underkill wall that exists. That you have to be a creative, yes, but a creative with a cause in this case. So there is a emotional tugging of the heart which is required, which happens around 2nd of August to get you, if I can say, riled up, to move beyond, to showcase your talents without hiding, to hold your own in confrontation, to have the courage to fight for what you believe in, as well as the wisdom to focus on what's truly worthy of your attention. As I forget who said this quote, but it was said, one is nothing more than what one dares to be. And in the Leo season, that is exactly what we do. We dare to be who we want to be. The moral and the physical courage is exaggerated right at the start of the month to take a bold step. The passionate, impulsive energy, which lets you to engage other people in what you want to do as well, because it's not just you alone here. A king, even though decides on his own, because Leo is a significator of a king, a significator of the sun. Sun is one, king is one. But he does something where he gets people excited about a cause, gets people excited about what it wants to do. So that's something that you would do also, and the aspects encourage you to do that, and they support you to do that. They support you to get the external supports here, because you'll be able to get people excited like you feel excited about something. So if you feel excited about your cause, you feel excited about this new project, you feel excited about a new job, you feel excited about a new communication, you will get people in your game. You will get people to join you, especially around 6th or 7th of August. So the start is always you getting excited, even getting riled up to some extent, even getting too focused on one thing, because Leo is a fixed fire sign. It's like, you just are firing in one direction because you've decided that's where you want to go, and you're firing all guns in one direction. And when you do that, you get everybody excited about that one path. And that convincing, that support, that positivity of people coming together with you could happen around 7th of August. 7th August is like one of the best aspects that we can have in the next decade. It is one of the best aspects because Jupiter is in its own sign in Sagittarius, Sun is in its own sign, Leo, and they're both merging together in a positive aspect. It feels great. It's one of the best aspects of ease, of high spirits, of enthusiasm, of confidence, of good fortune, provided we act. We can influence people in a very bold fashion on 7th or 8th of August, even a day before or after. It's also a good time to take a journey. Take a journey of spiritual growth, of personal growth, because this is about you doing what you love. Leo is not about doing what other people think correct is the right. It's not about the social norm. It's about doing what brings you growth, what brings you financial gains, what brings you personal growth, what brings you spiritual growth. So, study, travel, broad outlook, whatever you need to do. But things that were blocked since April, you will slowly, not by not, start seeing them open up in the coming weeks, starting from around 7th of August. And the optimism and the love and the attraction and the dating and the social energy will also grow from 7th or 8th of August, because Venus is also getting a positive aspect from Jupiter on 8th of August. So it's a great romance day. It's a great personal day. It's a great time to travel, to take a holiday. That's what I'm doing. So it's a great day to do what you truly want to do, which makes you happy, which makes your soul fulfilled, which gets the creative juices flowing, which gets you to sort of put your beauty on stage. I mean, Venus and Leo is all about putting your beauty on stage, being bold about your talents, being bold about your God-gifted talents, and displaying them in a big fashion. And this will continue. This will continue over the course of this month, as Mercury will also it will become visible after 8th of August. So our communication becomes bold as well. It's moving into Leo from 11th of August. So this is us starting to feel the positivity at the start of the month, and then we start communicating it. We start discussing with people after 11th of August. We start communicating it. We start receiving the messages of it. So 21st of August is a very, very positive and a good news day from a communication perspective. Things that were held back, now the actual news of it starts coming. What we need to be mindful of while all of this is great is that in the season, the ego can get inflated. There's a purpose to it, because we are being asked to do things which are bold in fashion, but there's a energy of my way or highway which gets exaggerated in this season, because we are fixated about how we want things to be done and who we want to do it with. So we want to put things in stone which should be done in the fixed season, but we are reminded that we are modifying our approach, because the Saturn Pluto South Node aspect that I've been hammering about, talking about, will continue till September. So we are still a student in some ways. We are still learning a few things. We don't know it all at this stage. So there are certain dates on which I want you to be specifically careful of this kind of a thing, which can become a mini crisis if we are not careful on these dates. The ego issue from a very small topic can become a little bit big if we are not careful on these dates. So the first date is 4th of August, which I want to be careful about. And then the second is 14th of August. And the third is 24th of August. So let me summarize the dates for you. Surprise dates: 29th of July, 2nd of August, and 16th of August. Positive dates: positive news, positive communication, days to convince people: 7th of August, 8th of August, and then around 21st of August. Even 14th of August is good, but 14th of August, you have a possibility of things getting into ego struggle if you're not careful of. 14th of August is also a very, very positive day. But you want to be a little bit careful that we are not getting my way or highway kind of an energy. And those are the dates which I want you to be careful of, which is 4th of August, 14th of August to some extent, and 24th of August. Those are the days where ego play can come into our bold expression that we want to be careful about. So that's what is happening if we want to look at history. Because why do we look at history of this new moon? Because where this new moon is happening and where the full moon is happening on 15th or 16th of August is the area where we had eclipses in 2017 and 18. What does that mean? Because we have had eclipses for 2 years in the area where we're having a new start. We've had a huge amount of karmic clearing there. A huge amount of karmic shifts have happened in 2017, 2018 there. So there's huge amount of information and learning that has come through in these years in the area of our life where Leo and Aquarius is, where Leo and Aquarius are in our chart. Specifically, these are the dates where you can look at just to see what happened on these dates to gain perspective. It doesn't mean that those events will repeat itself. In fact, these are the dates when something was possibly lost, given away, or put to closure, where we might experience a fresh energy, a fresh start. So the dates are 10th of February 2017, 11th of October 2017, 31st of January 2018, and 18th of April 2018. I will, of course, display them on the screen so you can take a look at it as well. But these are the dates when we had a closure in the area of our life where we're having a new start now. So there might have been some karmic ending which might have happened, and this is specifically true between January to April 2018. The specific dates that I gave you, those are trigger dates. The themes of that would have played out throughout early part of 2018 as well as the later half of 2017. But these are the trigger dates a day or two before or after 10th of February 2017, 11th of October 2017, 31st of January 2018, 18th of April 2018. There would have been an event which is karmic in nature. If that happened, that means that there are planets in your chart which get triggered by Leo and Aquarius. And you might see that trigger in a positive fashion now, like a new start after a karmic clearing, which is happening. You might see some delayed rewards of the karmic release of 2017 and 18. All the things that we gave up, that we had to give up to some extent, or they were taken away in some ways. There might have been losses on these dates, which might have happened. I had a personal loss in April of 2018. I mean, if you have any of those things that have happened in that period, Feb to October 2017, January to April 2018, you might see a new start there. And it's good to look at the photos, it's good to look at the emails of these specific dates, or messages of these specific dates. I don't want to go into history beyond. The thing to look out from a political events perspective is that these eclipses in Leo and Aquarius, as we experienced in 2017 and 18, have a lot to do with the leadership in the countries, because Leo represents leadership. So we would see revolution against the leadership, against certain qualities of a leader, certain qualities or individuality of a leader. We will see those happening in United States. We'll see that in more in Russia. We'll see that in Hong Kong, because these are the countries where the nodal axis or the karmic points are getting activated. So this is a very karmic new moon for United States of America in some ways, related to debt, related to national debt. This new start in national debt in some ways will be a karmic debt for the country, in my view, and that could play out in different ways. Sorry to say that, but these are the things which we need to see how they pan out in longer period of time for the country. They may not play out in an immediate sense, but the events that are happening right now, they have longer term impact on these countries beyond this month. So United States, Russia, Hong Kong, they have their karmic points activated right now, and not in an easy fashion at this stage, which can pan out in a longer period of time. For example, for United States, this is like a solar eclipse. So a new start, but a new start in a debt, in a transformation, in, I'm sorry to say, but in some cases it can happen as a loss of something. So that's something to be taken care of. But on a personal level, you might see something come to light which was lost from you, and you get an opportunity to start something new there, and that is something to look forward to. So that's the overview um, of the new moon and of the first half of the month. I'll now go very briefly over each of the signs. I'll do a more detailed overview, a more detailed analysis of the first half of the month in your individual videos. But let's look at briefly for each of the sign where a new start could be expected, where you can see some surprises and blessings coming through during the course of first half of the month. Let's dig into individual sign now. Hi Aquarius, the new moon that is happening on the midnight of 31st of July or the morning of 1st of August, which will color at least the first 2 weeks of August for you, is happening in a critical area of your life. It is happening in your area of contracts, partnership, personal relationship, one-on-one committed partnership with a business partner, with a client, or with your relationship partner. So you might be looking to sort of start a very bold, very fun, very exciting contract with somebody. It could be with a person, it could be with a client, it could be with a company, with a business partner that you're signing a contract and you're ready to go in, or it could be a new phase in your existing one-on-one partnership where we get fresh breath of energy into an existing partnership and we start a new phase of exciting new start in that partnership. You want to enjoy your partner more. This is fresh infusion of passion into the relationship, fresh infusion of fun and doing things together, enjoying each other kind of an energy when it comes to your personal partnership as well as with your business relationship, wanting to do things differently, wanting to get out of your comfort zone, get out of anything which is stagnant in nature, maybe even shake things up in terms of where you live or the place of living or the house, etc. Because Uranus is making a hard aspect to this new start. So this new contract, this new relationship, this new phase requires you to get out of a stagnancy, get out of a phase, get out of a stale situation, or get out of your comfort zone. Maybe you're required to move out of your place of living in order to work on a contract, work on a job, work on a client commitment, or the person who you are getting committed to in your personal relationship requires you to move away from your family of origin or place of origin, and you need to relocate for them. So there's a little bit of moving out of your comfort zone that is involved over here. You're making changes when it comes to your fixed plans, when it comes to your home, family, security. You're letting some part of that go in order to move away from that comfort zone and get engaged in something that looks very promising, very passionate, looks very much something that you want to maintain for and go after for a long period of time. It could be a job, it could be a client, it could be a commitment to a business partner, it could be a personal relationship who you're getting married to, somebody who you're very attracted to, who feels like star-studded right now, who feels like a person who sort of gives you the passion, gives you the butterflies in the stomach, and you feel like moving away from your comfort zone, move away from who you have been so far, what you were sort of brought up to be. You want to be different when you are with them. And similarly, in your client contract, if you're going for a new kind of client contract or a new business contract, you might want to be different from who you have been before. You might need to come out of your secure zone. You might need to do things differently, boldly over here. And this would require you to speak up when it comes to your needs. It will require you to express yourself openly, tell them clearly, because if it has to succeed for a long period of time, we will be required to ask for what we need over here to feel secure, to be okay with this new relationship. Because there is an element of impulsiveness engaged over here. Especially when it comes to personal relationship, it could be a very impulsive decision around 2nd of August, especially true if you have planets around 6 to 8 degree of Aquarius, which is around 27, 28, 29th of January born. Now, this could be a financial decision as well, which can be impulsive, where you're spending either on your partner or you're spending on a contract, you're investing in something financially, and there's an element of impulsiveness to it, which is happening at the start of the month. There's nothing wrong with moving out of your comfort zone. You just want to go in with your eyes open that you're being impulsive, that you're taking a decision because you want to move out of a stagnant situation. You want to do something bold. You want to do something different. The thing to look out for here is that we want to express our needs and not hide them. And your needs will come out in the second half of the month when you have a full moon in your sign. On 15th of August, we have a full moon in your sign at 22 degree of Aquarius. So you will come into focus. Where do you stand in that partnership? Are you fulfilled in it? Are your needs, your security being taken care of? So you will come into focus as well. And an old chapter, an old way of being could come to an end with that. Because you decide to be different. Because you decide that you want something different. And so who you connect with, who you are with, or who you go into relationship with, or what kind of clients you go after, that is shifting. So you maybe bring to closure an old chapter of your life. And the last 2 years, Aquarius, 2017, 2018, when we were having eclipses in your sign and in Leo sign, your opposite sign, you were kind of working on these shifts. You were making karmic shifts of realizing what part of you needs to be released and what kind of partnership, what kind of contract, what kind of changes you want in your life when it comes to your committed relationships as well as your contracts. What kind of job you want to be committed to, what kind of clients you want to cover, what kind of partner you want to be with. So you have spent a good amount of last 2 years, I think, in figuring that out. Now sort of is a final result. We're getting the show on the road and we're expanding it massively because Jupiter is making a positive aspect with this new start, with this new contract. So this is a contract, this is a relationship which is bound to grow with you, which is bound to grow you, which is bound to enhance your network, enhance your social status, enhance your dreams, enhance your heart's desire, enhance who you are in the society. What are you known as in the social network that you're part of? So, Jupiter will be going direct around 11th of August, but you'll start feeling the positive, expansive impact of it on this new start from 7th of August. 7th of August is also when we have the quarter moon. So the visibility and the comfort level on this new start, on this new client, on this new relationship, on this new one-on-one relationship that you have, or a new way of being in a relationship, new way of handling contract, new way of being with your partner, that will come to more clarity after 7th of August. The knowledge of it, how we need to proceed, what would help you. The intentions are seeded in the early part of the month, in the first 7-8 days of the month, and after that we start reaping the rewards. We start enjoying it. We start feeling the excitement about it, because it is something that will help you expand your wealth, your status, and your friends network. Because Jupiter, for the first time in a decade, is in your house of hopes, dreams, inspiration, and big wealth. So, Jupiter blesses the area and expands it where it is. So, for you, it is expanding your social status, it is expanding your network, it is expanding the set of people who you interact with, the people who you are able to influence, the people who are able to help you grow in your career, in your social status, and your wealth. Now, with Jupiter over there, but it was retrograde for the last 4 months. So our fruits, our rewards, our benefits, they were held back for the last 4 months. Since 14th of April, all the way till now, Jupiter was doing the internal work. Now we start seeing the external manifestation of the benefits it promised us in the first half of the year, in the first quarter of the year. And the benefits it promised was big wealth ideas, starting your investment returns, starting your social influence, building strong network contacts, building a wide network of fan base when it comes to if you are a media personality or you're a person who has a social platform, expanding that massively in the coming months. All of that gets opened up from 11th of August, but you'll start feeling the positive impact of it from 7th of August itself. And it will grow and grow over the course of coming months. This month, specifically, people who have planets around 14 or 15 degree of Aquarius will benefit from Jupiter going direct. So, if you're born around 4th or 5th of February, this is the time to reach out to people who you need approvals from. If there's a influential business network person who you need to approach to make progress when it comes to your career, this is the month to do it. Irrespective of your degrees and your date of birth, Aquarius as a sign should use the period from now all the way till September, October to make the right kind of contacts, to create a social presence, to create a fan base, to create a wider acceptance of your talents and of your impact. You will be able to sell something to a wider set of audience. You'll be able to make a wide net of people who will support you going forward. So leverage that from now if things were held back in the last 4 months in terms of getting support in the network, whichever network you're part of. If you were not getting support in the last 4 months, you will see things moving forward in that. This month specifically, if you have planets around 14 or 15 degree of Aquarius, you will see the benefit of it. It's easier for those degrees. So if you're 4th or 5th of Feb born, this month it's easier for you. But if you have planets around 15 to 18 degree of Aquarius, October will be an easier month for you. So if you're born, September will be an easier month for you. So in September, people who have planets between 15 degree to 18 degree of Aquarius could benefit more when it comes to their network, when it comes to their social status. If you're born between 5th to 8th of Feb, essentially, if you're an Aquarius sun, born between 5th to 8th of Feb, leverage September for that. Leverage September to form the network. These are the months when it is most easy for these degrees. Then in October, degrees from 18 to 24 degree of Aquarius are most benefited. So if you have planets between 8th to 13th of Feb, if you're born between 8th to 13th of Feb, October could be a very beneficial time for you when it comes to rewards, when it comes to social status, when it comes to your network. But most dominant energy this month is to start a new contract, to start something new when it comes to your one-on-one relationship, start a new client contract, start a new relationship, start a new phase in your client relationship, start a new way of connecting with the client, a bolder way, a more authentic way, you coming out of your comfort zone, you deciding I will not take the safe road anymore. This is a little bit of rebellion energy, as I spoke about it in the introduction. So you would want to break free from an old way of being, traditional way of being. You want to innovate the way you interact with your partners. And this includes the way you handle your critics as well. You would want to rejig the way you respond back to your critics, respond back to the people who are not fair to you, openly not fair to you. This is a bolder way of responding back to them. In some ways, it could be a legal action against them, going for essentially a very bold approach when it comes to your one-on-one relationships and your even in your personal relationship, going very boldly into it, openly talking to the person and telling them what you truly need, and it will come out more and more in the second half of the month. The first half of the month of August, for you Aquarius, will be more dedicated towards forming the right partnerships. Focus will be on others, and then the second half will be focused more on you, how you want to be, what closure we need to do, the old style of leadership, how we want to be. The first half is handling the partners. And also, second half of the month is more highlighted for people who have planets around 22 degree of Aquarius, which is around 11th or 12th of February born, will experience in second half of the month something comes to light. They will be in spotlight in the second half of the month. Something will come to light, their leadership style will come into light, something will come to closure, completion of an old phase, rewards of an old phase will come through for that degree. Similarly, 21, 22 degree of Aquarius should be mindful of power struggles on these specific dates around uh, around 4th of August, around 14th of August. 14th of August is a easier energy in terms of any kind of power struggles, because 14th of August is a day when you can have a very easy discussion with the partner, with the critic, because Sun and Venus are together. So it's a much easier energy. 4th of August is when we can have a little bit of ego clash, my way or highway, with somebody who's a client, who's a critic, who's a partner. So you want to be mindful of that. This is especially true if you have planets around 21 degree of Aquarius. 21 degree of Aquarius is around 11th or 12th of February born. So you want to be mindful of 4th of August. Also, another day to watch out for is 24th of August. 24th of August is a verbal possibility. There's a push and pull in a verbal communication with somebody. Could be more ego driven, and it is just that the Leo season is very good for getting bold action done, getting self confidence. But you see, we are deciding things. Leo is a fixed energy, we are fixing things. So when we are fixing things, we are deciding things, people are very unidirectional in that month. So there is very little compromise which happens from other people here. So you might find yourself in a situation where nobody wants to compromise on 4th of August, on 24th of August, which you want to be mindful of. And the as I said, impulses, we have impulses here, we're getting out of our comfort zone. So impulsive days are 2nd of August, 16th of August. I do not suggest to sign anything on paper on these dates, on 2nd of August and 16th of August, because we are more likely to be driven by emotions, driven by passions, driven by stardom of our partner, driven by stardom of our client. There is a little bit of that attached to it. So you want to be a little bit careful on 2nd and 16th of August to not yet sign something. Give it a day before or after. Some of the days which are good for signing papers are 7th of August, 8th of August, and also around 21st of August. 21st of August, in my view, is the best day to sign something, because Mercury is making a positive aspect with Jupiter, and this is an excellent time to sign something on 21st of August. We also, after 15th of August, we sort of have Mercury out of shadow. In general, after 8th of August, things will start looking up. Communication will become much easier after 7th or 8th of August. It will become more forward looking, but specifically after 15th of August, we are writing completely new chapter. The old items are not being discussed anymore. So you have a fresh outlook after 15th of August. So that's what we have this month. Aquarius, it's a critical month for you. It's a critical shifts that are coming your way, because this is a critical axis of you and yours, you and your partners, you and your clients, that is getting activated this month. And that will bring about shifts in your partnerships. It will bring about shifts in who you are as a leader and how you want to present yourself physically and in your leadership style, in your goals to the world. So good luck for that, Aquarius, and I'll see you in the next video.